September 2021. Now the section 1 starts. Welcome as kindly showers to long past years. To make a warm welcome by her words of shower, I call Sri Kalpana Chawla, 3rd BC student, to deliver the welcome address.
Very
Kalpana?
good morning. Yes, ma'am.
The guest intro.
Good morning, everyone. I extend a warm welcome to all at the national level webinar on recent trend and technology of arts and science. I find it pleasure to introduction our honorable chief guest, Dr. D. Arun Pon Daniel, MCA, MBA, PhD, BCS, who has been working as a vice principal at Loyola College of Arts and Science, Namakkal, and having an experience for more than 6 years in teaching field in the Department of Computer Science and Application, 4 years in research field. His area of research in data for 1 year, 6 months. We are really thankful to him for the taking time out of his busy schedule to attend the function. He is working as a freelancer. He also working as assistant professor and university research fellow in Periyar University at Salem. He has also received award as reviewer Elsevier in 2017. He has received one patent right. His total number of publications are 23 11 in international journal and 12 in international conference proceeding. He has presented 13 research papers and delivered 26 special lectures and organizing 18 programs. He has organizing faculty development program and attend 22 FTP. He has given several key responsibilities like Vice Principal, Program Director and Department Head, NSS Coordinator and Program Officer of Youth Red Cross in Loyola College of Arts, editorial review member and organizing committee member at
Yes, ma'am. Is it audible for all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, fine. A pleasant morning to one and all gather here in the webinar. So I would like to extend my warm uh, greetings to all the people who are coordinating and organizing this wonderful webinar sessions on national level. And moreover, the management. I thank the management and also organizing committee too. I don't want to waste time because we have running out of time. I think so. Already we are 10 minutes delay. I think so. I directly get into the today's topic that what are the significance of data science. So already you might be come across a lot of new terminologies, new terms that how the recent days were getting out of that and having meaning and having a lot of sense that how it will be used and so on. So likewise, one of the common word that in this decade or maybe less than a decade, like a data science also. So that there will not be the new sense of data science, but it was an existing one, whereas but we take in a new sense in a few years back. Most probably last 2 to 3 years, the data science take a great challenge in real world scenario, and moreover a lot of disciplines that allied disciplines might come up with this data science. Okay, this is what today's session's pipeline that how it will be. So first, I would like to give an introduction that what is data science, then what are the revolutions take places in industry, then where we get the data, how we are having this much of data and where it was generated and where it was stored, and who are the players that to generate these kind of data in a today's scenario, and what are the types of data. So according to the data received from various pools, and we can find that it will be categorized in different sections, and how the data science will be line up in an is a kind of flow that how it will be taken for processing and so on. Then next one is the what are the components that takes a data science in a right sense. So that is a major thing that we have to discuss more on components, and what are the emerging roles. So obviously everyone might know that once I did my UG or I did my PG in some discipline, so what would be the challenge or what would be the profile I would like to have and I will have with the help of the particular graduation. Similarly, so when you complete the data science, you have a separate profile. So what are the emerging roles that I have when I go for a data science as a discipline? Then what are the skill sets that need for to be a data scientist or data get into the data science for today's scenario, and what are the jobs landscape that we have today in the sense of data science, and how it will be eradicate so many things what existing have, and what will projected over that once we completed a degree in any reputed colleges or universities that going for information technology. So maybe it's a long near about 30 years of thing we have to be learn, and we have to be understand that how the data science has to be understood. Okay, so this was the first slide of this introduction part, that what is data science. Data science was used by the statisticians and economists in early 1970. It is not a new for us. It is existing. It was available in 1970 itself. Moreover, we have a clear definition by Naru in 1974 that what is data science. So data science have gained popularity in the last couple of years, not couple of years, near about 4 years. We might have a name that data science. So that's why we are so many universities are introduced that bachelor in science of data science, isn't it? So you might be come across in advertisements and some posters like academic profiles, and everywhere you might be come across these words like BSc data science or any diploma in data science. Likewise, we can come across a lot of word on data sciences nowadays. Once you get into the metropolitan cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, or Chennai, so oftenly you might be seeing these words in your newspapers, and you might be come across the posters, and you might be went on so many posters, digital posters too. So once you get into the your email mail account or anything, you might be come across the word that a diploma in data science. So within a 6 months tenure, you might be complete the data scientist. You might be cope up and you can able to go on the profile of data science. So all those stuffs that what we seen today is not a new thing to us. It was familiarized nowadays because of the sense that what data science is. So some of the people are those peoples are lively making use of that sense that what is data science. So when the information technology grows, when the digital systems were introduced, on that scenario itself or that sense itself, we might be concerned on data, but we have failed to do that in 80s or 90s or millennium. So we don't have a much complication on data that what you have on those days, but nowadays we have a big issue, or we have a lot of threats on that in handling the data. So in 80s or 90s, we may not have a much data for storage, or we don't have a much technology to have to store the particular data like huge data or the data's durability. But nowadays, the durability of the data is very high, not like what we sense in the past decades. So nowadays, each and every day, we have a billion to million terabyte data will be in a second it was generated. So that's why the popularity comes out these days according the massive data deposits. It's not an is not like a file or a folder or in terms of GB or a movie or like that. We may not say that it will not be precise like in GB or TB. So it's a massive data deposit, like how the mountains, how the floods, how the crowds that it happens on flies and everything that will be taken off here as a massive data deposits. So you might be very well aware of that how the information is required for today's business and today's scenario. So not only in computer science, not only in biological, not only in zoological, not only literature, not only in commerce, not only in administration, wherever you go, wherever the discipline might be, you need to have the information. You might know how to handle the information what you have. So that was a major task that you have. So not like everyone, so only the computer science people might know that the sense that how the data information has to be honored. Not like that. Each and everyone, each and every individuals who are relied on digital platforms, who are relied on digital, not only a massive server or any kind of websites or any kind of blogs or any kind of page, like not like that, social accounts like that. Each and everyone those who are holding the smartphones or the kind of digital devices might have the sense of information that where it was where it was stored and where it was utilized and everything. So that's a basic that we have to keep in mind whenever we are going to discuss about the data science and everything. Okay, excuse me. Okay, fine, we can continue. Then the last one is, you might be come across the sense of big data technology. Oftenly it might be lies on corporates and governments and industries where they have a very huge size of data, not we can able to store in a single hard disk drive or any blades or anything else. So the study of data will be considered as a data science. We can define that whatever the study based on the data or with the data, that will be considered as a data science. So how it will be expertise and how it will be used, it's not a thing that it not a great separate or unique sense of study. It will be a field of study combines with domain expertise, so whichever the domain might be, and some of the programming skill, so how they instruct the systems and instruct the applications that you went on for finding decisions and everything, and having some knowledge on mathematics and also statistics all together to find, to extract a meaningful insights from the data. So whatever the data, for an example, I could oftenly I could say this example for everyone to understand that how the data will be processed. So if you are collected your date of birth of the students, so that will a kind of information that's stored in your database. Once it was collected, so you can get whatever you need. For an example, what was an age of the particular student, and you can find those who are above 18 or below 18, and you can find that those who are above 21. Like, you can able to do that particular information in terms of different insights, like age is a kind of insight. So the period of living life, everything we can get it from the date, that what the information get for the particular user. And oftenly the goal might be the gaining knowledges and insight from any type of data. Maybe it might be in video, or it might be in audio, or it might be an image, or it might be a text, whatever it might be. We need to get the knowledge from that particular information or digital information. So we can consider that. So whenever you are entertaining yourself by listening a music, or listening songs, or listening, or seeing, or watching some movies, or whatever the uh, episodes that you have seen or observed, you need to gain knowledge from it. That's the main objective, that how the data science is important. Okay, so we come to know how it was generated, how it was revolved, uh, based on years that we come across this data science. Maybe the first generation, or the first industrial revolution was take place in 1780s, almost almost 200 300 years back it was taken. And the first machine was developed to steam engines. The steam engines will be the first machine that was the first industrial revolution and machine that it gives some changes on process, like how the steam engines, steam powers will be used. So the water will be heated, and then heat generate heated water will be generated, the stream, that stream will be used for water vaporization. That vaporization, it will get the in terms of vacuums, and it will be used. So that kind of mechanism that we have in a first generation, rather what we did in an ancestors were did, like an moving of way objects and everything. So after a long time, after 100 years, it took for having the second revolution, that mass production, assembly line, and electrical engineering energy. Almost 100 years. It took 100 years for having the second revolution on industry, that mainly observe on mass production. So whatever the object, whatever the product might be, they produce in a mass way. So per day, lakhs, thousands, like that, they are produced. So for that purpose, they found the machines will be help out to having the mass production and assembly line process. So a like step by step process that need to make entire product, a complete product that we need, with the help of the assembly lineup for automation. Then after 100 years, we went on with automation, computers, and electronics for third industrial revolution. So almost 300 years it took for know that the digital information or digital systems will be used for industrial revolution. So this is the base that why we are learning new terms and new technologies, and whatever we are studied today, whatever we are discussing in the following webinars, like different topics in different discipline. So that is main objective is this, the resolution, the revolution that we take from the industry's resolutions. So how it was drastically it was changed the system in from one phase to another phase, or one generations to another generations. Obviously, after 1980s, within 30 years, we come out with the next industrial revolution. That will be the first one, like cyber physical systems and Internet of Things and networks. Obviously, now within 10 years, within 8 years or 10 years, we reach the fifth industrial revolution. So the period where we are living in fifth industrial revolution time. So you might be come with this kind of thing. Wow, how it was revolved and how the industries were updated themselves um, for the demand of the people or the clients that have it in the society. But kindly keep in mind that the humanless technologies were already deployed in all the industries. So you must be very aware of that we need not have human for doing a job. The machines can do a lot of things than how the human do. It reduces the manpower, it reduces the cost, it reduces the time. So whatever we can say that how the fifth industrial revolution is forecast, that it reduces all sort of things and it should be very faster than what we followed before 10 years back. So nowadays it is very faster. We may not have time to learn, or we don't have time to skill ourselves in terms of 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. We never have that much of time to experience ourselves to do a better way. We are expertise on the particular discipline. So oftenly you might be come across these things after completion of the undergraduation. What might be my lifestyle? After completion of my post graduation, what might be my lifestyle? So each and every student, each and every educators are thinking, they keep that mind in that what sense will be taken up after the completion of my degree. So it is very rapid firing ground that will be having with us in the sense of real world employability. So we need to skill ourselves before we get into the field. That's a that's a highly complication task that you people have nowadays. So once we are in our degree or in our education, we have a time to skill ourselves after getting a placement. And I gave with trainings and lot of inputs, then I will ask for betterment of better work. But nowadays they never keep that in mind. When once it was hired by one company or an industry, on a day for one itself, or a day first day onwards, you might be very skilled and you might be work according to the phase that you have, without having any sort of training, without having any sort of educating on the particular industries and everything. So whatever they need, that has to be deployed in an duration of the learning processes. So that is a highly complicated talks that you have nowadays to come up with the new ideas, and also the how to get the placement in your industry. So industries are very faster, they are thinking very smarter, and they are very competent that what you are thinking nowadays. Okay, so that's why I was included this slide inside the this data science, because the how the data science will be revolved out of that industrial thinking. So with this fifth revolution only, we have to come across the data science. So we are thinking that it was a new course, it was introduced before 2 years or 1 year. It's not like that. Already we have, but with a different name, with different terms that we are spelled out there. So first of all, you might be know that what would be the industrial four revolutions, or at least one revolution that you might know, how the autonomous robot and simulators, simulations, that how the pilots may be taken up without having any sort of flights or having any choppers, without lead that. They are trained, and with the help of the simulators and system integrations, obviously it might become across a lot of integrations might be taken with your wristwatch. You can call, you can speak, you can monitor your uh, physics and everything. So from wristwatch itself, it was embedded with a lot of sensors, and it gives your location, that where you are, where we are, and everything like that. Then Internet of Things, almost everything is in connect with the network, and everything will be shared, the information and everything. And cyber security, obviously you have a threat on that. So whenever the information is wide open to us, definitely you have might know that the security might be lenient on that particular field or framework. Then cloud computing is accessing, so where like Google laboratory or Colab, like that, the cloud computing will be taken part without having any system or a desktop or a laptop. We just make use of the mobile phone. You can do a lot of things from remote accessing. Then advanced manufacturing units like automated manufacturing units and augmented reality. So the virtual reality is converted as an augmented reality, like multi-dimension way, not a 3D graphic or anything like that. It will be you can realize that is a physical touch on whatever the virtual realities have. That will be the augmented reality. Then almost the big data, the almost the data might be very big, very huge, whatever we are incorporate with the different systems. So where we get the data, so where it was produced and where it was generated, in every 60 second, within a minute, we have lots and lots of data through the help of social medias. So it's another revolution that was we might be come across with social medias. Maybe you are not yet updated with social medias trends and tweets and everything, but it was another major revolution that generates the data. So each and every day, might be knowingly or unknowingly, people are using generating data every 60 seconds. Maybe you might forwarding the message, you can forward the videos or whatever it might be. So the forward or texting, everything will be generating a kind of data. Okay, so you might be come across all those applications that you have it in your mobile phone. So within your palm itself, we can do everything. So a lot of things nowadays. So how it will be generated, in which way it can collected and it will categorized. So what are the vertical and horizontal generations of data is kind of marketing. The purpose of doing collecting the information is go for marketing and go for best customer service and go for logistics, how the Amazon, Flipkart and any other almost all the online traders might be done with the help of logistics and intelligent networks. Somewhat automatically, whenever you are getting to the premises, you get internet service, and when you come out of the premises, you might be get out of the network. So likewise automatically, so your CCTV footages and everything whatever we are taken, that will be considered here as intelligent networks. Then geolocations, often you might be have that in your mobile phones to find out the lost mobile, and you can find out your friend, where your friend, where he is and where she is. And utility of and government, like your Aadhaar card, your ration card and everything was digitalized now, and your driving license and your RC book and everything, whatever the government records, your passports and everything will be given in the way of smarter way, like a card that we have. Then OTT players, awfully nowadays every film industry have the OTT players, so you can easily visualize the movies from your home itself, and you can do it at any time. And similarly, the creators can easily run their movie or flash their movie within a help of internet itself. We need not to go with any sort of getting reels and getting files like from distributors like that. They simply they get it from OTT players. So a lot of advertisements will be taken up there and everything. Then healthcare, obviously healthcare will be one of the major thing where we have a lot of data and we have processing to the data nowadays. And financial services like fraud detection, risk management, and moreover insurance, banking, and everything will become under the financial services. Then retail services like how we are using the GPay, phone pay, and whatever we are doing, like a common basket, like that will be considered as a retailing process. All those things come together, we have a lot of data. So this is what how social, people, personal, informations, network, and real world have a set of data in a lot of horizontal space and verticals of the data generations. So altogether, it will be categorized into four. One is structured data. You might be come across with so many papers in a computer science that how it was structured. Like it will be arranged in rows and columns, and it might be called as a table. It with the help of Excel, SQL, Oracle, then etc. Like those softwares will be most helpful for you to handle the structured data. And somewhat semi-structured data, it will be like your XML, then CSV files, like delimiters documents, whatever you are downloaded through the online, whatever you are accessed the online, that will be considered as a semi-structured data. And quasi-structured data, it's somewhat different than semi-structured and unstructured data. Like your image also a data, and your text also like a data. So it clubbed with two different data, that will be the quasi-structured data. Obviously your tweets, your post on Facebooks, your post on Instagrams, your post on WhatsApp as status. So what else we can know that will become sort of the quasi-structured data. So come across the unstructured data. Obviously, it is also included the thing that what now the Facebook was generated, like your Twitters, your WhatsApp content, and audios, videos, image, like your sensors, your finger recognition or thumb recognition sensors, your object recognition sensor, like lot of sensors will be available in your mobile phone itself. And your phone calls, your mails, your social media like Facebook feeds and WhatsApp, everything will be considered as unstructured data. We may not say that the passage that you have it in as sent as a message through mail or everything will not be similar what we have it in existing one. So the unstructured data is plays a vital role on data science because it generates a huge data, and also it generates it holds data in variant of different perspective. Okay, so this is what the lineup of data science, how it will start and where it was end. It was start with the data acquisition through any file systems like your document files and everything that will be listed here. Your sensors might get information, your questionnaire may get information, your social media logs get information, and you might be have some traditional data like your files and everything. So all sort of things will be considered as a data acquisition. You are getting input as for processing in terms of data. Then that will be contextual in terms of how it will be generated. Then you need to go for the intermediate way where the researchers, where the analytics may work on, that will be called as analyze the data. So in which way it has to be given to the user in a prominent way, or in terms of a liable way to represent the data in terms of good understanding. So that is the objective of the analyst, that the analyst whatever the data you get from as an input or data acquisition mode, then it will be converted. The third position will be goes for a decision making. Maybe they give decision to the corporate industries or for the users, like you might be come across these sense in your Amazon. So when you go for a purchasing in online purchasing, you go for a particular product, inadequate to that, a list of products will be suggest for you to go for a purchase, because with the nominal charges or with the combo offers and everything that will be provided by the system, which where you are going for an online purchase. Like, so these system will be look on for data sciences. So all the operations will be considered as a data science process. If the particular system failed on a particular decision, it automatically reprocess everything from the beginning, from data acquisitions to the insights, that will be considered as a data science process. So this is what the lineup that you have it in your data science. Okay, come to the point that what are the components that we need to know to be a data science, a data scientist, or you may call upon that I'm pioneer on the discipline of data science. So maybe in a simple term, some of the people might say in a corporate level, they are saying that the sense are how they are narrated the story, like a literature people, they have to be narrate all the nutshell of business. So that is called a data scientist. Whether what business it might be, whether the financial business, or it might be a product, it might be a vehicle, or it might be any grand operational and everything, with the help of the narratable story, where the data get and how it was processed and what are the insights that you have it, and that has to be projected over to your clients. That kind of thing will be very gracious on the people who is taken as a data scientist. So that's why the components that needed to be a good data scientist or good one in a data science is, first thing is you need a knowledge about the business or a domain expertise. If you are doing farming, you have an expertise on a particular farming. If you are having the retailing shop, you had a complete history and have complete record that how the retailing process is done. If you are doing the supermarket, then you might know what are the thing you have it in a supermarket, what are the possible things, what are the variants that you have it in it. If you are an insurance agent, or if you are a bank manager, if you are a ticket booker, whatever the discipline or whatever the stream is might be, you need to be very expert on it. So whatever the flaws that you have on that, that has to be recovered over with the help of different technologies, for how you are overwriting your errors with the help of new technologies like cut and paste or copy paste, like that. It will be very powerful one. So first and foremost thing is you must have a business idea, or you must be an expert on the particular work. Then second one is mathematics and statistics. You might know to exact calculation whether it is a profit or loss, whether you are gained or loss, whether you get or not. So all those things will be very pretty good on mathematics. You can calculate and you can find that whether you have a profit, you have a loss. Whereas you need to go with the prediction too. So if I do today, what would be the profit of tomorrow's day, uh, uh, day after tomorrow, or after a year, after a month? So what would be the profit? What would be the loss of one month later, or 1 year later? So you need to predict your business with the help of mathematics and statistics tools. Then another subset or another set that you need to know is computer science. So it is not a single disciplinary. Data science is not a single disciplinary. It is a multidisciplinary way that you need to survive on data science platform. Almost the subset of two different set and two different thing will be integrated here. One is data analysis. If you have a business domain expertise and mathematics, you will be called as data analyst. If you have a mathematical skill and computer skill, it will be called as machine learning. If you have a business expert and if you have a computer science, that will be the traditional software itself. We can do it like storyteller. If put together all the three in in one, that will be considered as a data science. So it might be very deliberate on component that whatever we need to learn in terms of to show that we are in a data science world. Okay, so what are the emerging roles? first one is data scientist. I oftenly use this word in previous slides itself. So the responsible of the data scientist will be scrubbing data to bring out the deep insights of data. They might be having the skill set of computer science, mathematics, statistics, and work on open-end research problems like whatever the problem, COVID issues and prediction of second wave or third wave, and what would be the another changes on their beta versions or alpha versions of the COVID. Everything will be considered as a it depends upon the insights that what data scientists have. That was telecast in your news too. That data engineer, he is the responsible person who is managing and administrating all sort of infrastructures and storage of data, like physical hardware engineer or a software engineer might do these kind of things. They have need to have a deep knowledge on data warehousing, expertise on Hadoop, like software and NoSQL and SQL. So these are the technologies that we need to. So simply we can call as a computer science student might know that database management system, or they might know the query languages whatever we have. It might be a structured query language, so always it might be taught in your degrees and so on. So you might be know about that and whatever the different types of languages and everything. And last one is data analytics. So data analyst will be is one of the common thing having our equivalence to the data scientist. He also do the deep insights with the databases, and based on the guidance given by the data scientist or by the organization. Maybe the objective may differ with the different organization. If it is an automobile, they have a different option. If it is in a civil, they have a different. If it is in a medical, it may be differ. It might be an arts. It can different way of uh, decision making. So based on organization instructions or guidelines, they have to get the deep insights about that. That kind of people will be called as a data scientist. They need the skills of competencies on statistics. So, what I need to become a data scientist, whether I have education or work industry experience, or any formal qualification is required, or any industry trainings is required. Yes, excuse me, Adi. Excuse me. Madhishivani, can you mute your mic?
Kindly mute your mic, ma'am.
Admin can mute that mic.
Ma'am, kindly remove Madhi Shivani. Ma'am, kindly remove Madhi Shivani, ma'am. Ma'am, Madhi Shivani.
Admin can mute.
மேம் மதீஷ் சிவானிங்கிறவங்க மியூட் பண்ணுங்க மேம்.
Yeah, they removed. Madhi Shivani
Thank
is
you.
removed.
ஓகே மேம்.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, sir. Kindly continue.
Okay, so what I need to become a data scientist, in terms of education or in terms of industrial experience or in terms of formal qualifications, how they are categorized, and how can I get job in it and everything. So don't confuse a lot of things that what the previous slides flows. Maybe you might be getting a lot of insights. You need to go with so different way of representations and everything. Apart from that, what is required and what kind of things will be available, so where they are, where you are placed. So 43% of the technical industries like uh, the corporate industries like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, then CTS. So what else we can say? We can have a huge list on that as a technical industries. So we need 43 percentage of placement on data scientists. Then some of the industries like Hyundai manufacturing, then Maruti, and some of the common industries like textile, then food products. There we need 39 percentage. Similarly, we need uh, 16 percentage on financial thing. So how the trade will be, how it will be projected with the forthcoming financial years, and what are the traits in previous years, and everything will be discussed. And 2% in healthcare. So what would be the next of COVID-19? So what will be the future of COVID-19 pandemic days? So all sort of things will be discussed. So it not relied on your education, not relied on the experience, what you have it from your industries, or what the for qualification needs for you to be a good data scientist. It all depends upon the knowledge and the mindset of the person who took an insights on their existing knowledge. So in an academic studies, what can be done or to get a job like in a data science platform? One is data science and analysis. Of obviously most of the universities have these kind of courses like MSc data science, BSc data science. So mostly the autonomous and universities, deemed universities, have this particular course, and somewhat 18 percentage on computer science, and somewhat 16.3 percentage on statistics and mathematics, and some point with economics and social science and engineering and natural sciences like botany, zoology, and physics, lot of things. And some have 11 percentage of. So not only the computer students have have an opportunity to get job in data science, not only for business administration people can get the opportunity. So all together, each and every candidate, those who are, whether you are doing MBBS, whether you are doing civil engineering or automobile engineering, or whether I am doing economics, I am doing history, I am doing BA Tamil, I am doing BA English, so whatever it might be, you are also eligible for getting position in data science. But only thing is, you need to develop your skill sets, whatever I said as a components, and you need to go train for explain yourself that what insight you have it from your data, or what you are getting from your degree. So that is the main objective here. So it may not rely on what degree you are doing, instead of what uh, learn from the particular degree is more essential than what the paper of convocation says. Okay, what are the skill sets that make a data scientist? Obviously, knowledge of machine learning, definitely. So first of all, you might know how to learn ourselves, how to understand, and how to learn ourselves to go for move out from different areas and different places, and that has to be teach towards the machine. So that is the knowledge of machine learning. Then strong knowledge on programming skill like Python, Scala, SAS, and R. These are the packages for programming tools, and some of hands-on experience on SQL database coding, like SQL coding, like normal query language, and ability to work with unstructured data from various sources like videos and social medias. Obviously, in a slide of types of data itself, I was told that the key that where the data science will be take up from this kind of sense and everything. Then understanding the multiple analytical functions. So it is the major thing. So rest of the things will be easily we can do with the help of materials, with the help of experienced peoples, with the help of teachers, and with the help of professors, and so on. But understanding the multiple analytical functions will be only a skill set that you have it within you. So you only the person that how you are look upon the sense and the insights whatever you get from data. So is a third eye for the human being, that how it will be understand the things that the information have. So it's a common skill set. I was narrated here with a simple way how the data science will be. You need a mathematical knowledge and programming languages and data analysis and machine learning algorithms you need to study, and the integrated development environment you need to do, and data visualization is needed, how it will be projected, and you need to know how to deploy that program or design the tool in terms of various platforms and web scraping, so how to make use of in online too. So the multi-variable skills is required to be a data science, not only a C language or not only a C++ language. In terms of all sort of languages, tools, and everything will be required, including MS Office itself. If you are well versed on MS Excel, you will be acknowledged that it will be a good on data analytics. Okay, so what are the major applications areas? So where it was used, one is bioinformatics, business, share market, fraud detection, advertising and marketing, healthcare, military, social and economic, and investment and securities and manufacture and process control, sports and entertainment, telecommunications, science and research, and finally web and ICT communications. So in all the different area we can work with data science. So obviously it is quite easy to get enter into this data science, but skilled on your data science will be very much better than that what you learn. So how it was used, I was listed some of the domain and how the applications will be used and what kind of input and how what kind of decision had been classified on that particular field. For an example, for a bioinformatics is a sequential analysis. Sequence analysis will be done with the help of protein sequence or your RNA or your DNA. It will be known type of gene and pattern. So what kind of